a few things, and this is an important one here. I'm going to bring all these out at one time because, again, I'm not going to go through this, but I want to kind of give you, this portion here is about where we're going and about the longevity economy and who's, again, as we explained on the call, we had a choice. We've been working on this for a year now, this new product. So over a year ago, we were sitting down and said, okay, we want to bring out some new products. We don't want to just be CBD only because there's many countries we can't get into because of its CBD, like Canada. We mentioned as an example. Now with this product here, we're shipping into Canada, right? There's a whole market up there that want to use our products. It's been emailing us, and when can we start? But now we can, right? And so, there's an example. But you also have people that, again, even though we have CBD here in Europe, throughout Europe and here in the US, a lot of people still won't buy it because they're scared of it or have a bad connotation. Now we have a product for that. So we wanted to get a product that have great market potential. So you can, so this is, we came down between a couple of different products, and this is the one we led with because much of what we're seeing here. And this is going to be, when you're asking, how do I sell a network marketer? Much of it will be this here, because we're marketing, we're selling products to the buying crowd, to the people who can afford and who are spending money, right? And that's what these, and again, I'm not going to get into all this. You can hear me explain this and go back to that marker and hear this. But if you're going for a network marketer, I mean, we're talking, many of these guys out here are marketing products in a $50 billion industry or a $300 billion industry. We're talking trillions of dollars being spent on who's spending that money, right? If you're out here marketing energy drinks, that's a good market, right? But you're marketing mostly toward the younger generation. They're not the ones who's spending this money. So we're targeting the audience, and then we're targeting the product over here, treating is aging a disease. And we go through all this in the presentation, even our video, the new video talks about that. But it can be worth trillions in treating it like a disease versus trying to find and fight a specific disease. We go through that. So, talking about it could be worth trillions of dollars. Okay. So I'm not going to go through all this, but these two slides here in particular, when you you don't need to go present these slides, but when you're talking to people, when you let them know that this is a multi-trillion-dollar industry that's starting to explode, millions, even billions of dollars are being spent to places like Harvard University and David Sinclair, which we'll talk about in a moment, so they can actually take this to the marketplace. And so this is the biggest, not the biggest, but the fastest growing, the most up and coming market out there. This is like getting into CBD, 6 years ago, something like that, and being in the forefront of it. This is what we're talking about here, guys. Okay. And then, so that's, when you're talking about a network marketer, when you utilize some of this on these last two pages, or these, I guess you'd say first two pages here, that's where you're going to start getting some other attention. Because if you are a networker and you're looking to make money, again, as I always say, you want to play where the money's at, right? Where to have the biggest upside, right? So that's what they're going to be looking at. So you want to kind of know that a little bit. And and like I said, this should be firing you up to know that you're in the very cutting edge, leading edge with the technology we have and the formulations you saw we're going to see here. And I mean, we are definitely on the leading edge of this. So this is going to be if you ever want to be in a big run with a big company, you are here right now. Now, again, as I say, getting into network marketing doesn't make you successful no more than going into a garage makes you a car, right? Signing up in CILI doesn't make you a network marketer any more than going standing in your garage makes you a car, right? You still got to do the work, but you are in the right place at the right time. Now, moving on from that, just to highlight this slide over here. Again, I highly recommend it. And if you haven't done it, guys, I just can't stress enough, if I were you, again, you want to know the game you're in, and you want to be able to kind of talk, but you want to build your belief. And I can tell you, if you want to get your belief built, listen to this book. You can buy it on audio on your iPhones, on your Androids, or you can buy the book itself. I like it on audio because I've listened to it 3 times. It's called Lifespan: Why We Age and Why We Don't Have to, by Dr. David Sinclair. I'm going to run through this quickly here. I'm not going to click on it. Well, you can click on this, or you'll see me click on this in the presentation. I'm not going to get through all this, but he's a Harvard professor, a doctor that has spent the last 20 plus years or frankly more than that, ever since he was younger, studying aging and anti-aging, and they've just proven so much in their labs that not only can you stop or slow down, but you can start to reverse the biological age. You have two ages. You have your chronological age, which is your birth date, how many years you've been on this rock called Earth, and then you got the biological ages, how old your tissues and your cells and your organs, and how old are you really. And if you can reverse that, you can't reverse your chronological age. If you've been around 50 years, you've been around 50 years, right? But if you can reverse your biological age by 3, 5, or 8, or 10, or 20 years. And there, by the way, I didn't mention this on Saturday, there are people that are biological ages are 20 years younger than their chronological age, right? And you're talking about lifespan and being able to live longer, because again, this is why as I went on that previous slide, talked about the World Health Organization and all these different people are now starting to say that aging is a disease, right? Because if you can stop aging, then you stop getting the Alzheimer's, then you stop getting the dementia, the heart and cardio issues, and the cancers, and some of those type of things is what this whole premise is about. And here's a picture of David when he's 40 and the protocol that he's using. And look at him, he looks like he's 30 now, but yet he's 50. He's actually 52 now. But again, I haven't heard what his total biological age is, but we've been studying this, he and others. There's others doing this out there besides him. He's the foremost and leading expert, in my opinion, in this entire field. But this is big, guys. I mean, they're talking about people living to 120 to 125, even 150 years old down the road, right? And they're talking about people that are born today, the last handful of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, that many of those people, if not most of them, will live to 120. They'll have a lifespan of 120 years old. But again, the thing is not having a lifespan, but having a quality of life. If I said to you, would you like to live 10 years longer? If you expected to die at 80, would you like to live to 90? Before you answered yes, you'd probably say, well, what's my quality of life going to be? If I'm going to be a vegetable or have Alzheimer's or dementia or bad back, you'd probably say no. But if you can have a quality of life because you've reversed your biological age and still live to 90, yeah, we'd probably all want to spend more time with our grandkids, right, or whatever. So that's, you'll find out more about that in here. I just can't urge you enough to go grab this and put it on. Again, the easiest way is just grab it on your phone tonight, go to your app store, your iTunes, whatever you have, buy it and start listening to it. It's a great listen there. And then of course you can go to his podcast. But one thing I didn't mention, why I'm going to speak just another second or two on this. I would encourage you to listen to this first before going to his podcast. This was in 2018 or 19. I can't remember exactly. Then his podcasts were like 2021, 22. And if you listen to this first, you're going to get unbelievably excited. But then later you go listen to his podcasts, which were like 2 to 3 years later, you'll see how fast this is advancing. They're doing so much more now than, and it's come so much faster in just 2 short years. This is an exciting industry, guys. And when you again see what we've done, or if you really understand with their aquaceutical nanotechnology, what we're able to do, we are in the forefront of this. Again, because I like to say what we've introduced, so we are not introducing your grandmother's anti-aging or age reversal products. This is not just, okay, I got some glutathione, or I've got some, some collagen or whatever. Now, I'm not, again, those are great ingredients, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that when you start listening and understanding what really age reversal or anti-aging is about, those don't really move the needle. They're good and they're good for our health, and we've got them in one of our new products. But the point is, so you'll catch up on all that, okay? So, but this gentleman here, what we did is follow much of his protocol that has proven, in some lab studies and even on some individuals that have been, again, reversing of age, right? Of aging of biological ages. So again, this is the picture I showed you. You can hear more about that. I'm not going to get into all of it tonight, but I started, and this is quite a while back, because we don't produce anything that we haven't tested thoroughly, because I'm not going to bring out Marcia and I aren't bringing out products that don't work either. If they're not going to work, then we're not going to bring them out. We're going to do a pass, right? So we put our money where our mouth is. We work with our scientists and our doctors and our formulators. And so part of this was, starting about 10 months ago, 8 to 10 months ago, I bought all of these products, which many of what Dr. Sinclair uses in his protocol. He takes these many of these every single day. Now, again, if you look at these are powders, right? And these are pills that you don't get very much absorption. And if you buy, and this is everything that's in Swish Ageless that we just introduced, just so you know. And if you bought these, not including tax or shipping, it's $670 is what I was spending personally every month. I mean, look at this. Some of these ingredients are $125. Some of them are 111, some of them are 108, right? And so for some of them are very inexpensive, right? And so, but this is what part of his protocol and part of some of the stuff that are, again, studying. And what's so incredible here, guys, is, again, I don't want to overwhelm you, and you don't need to do a lot. I mean, you can kind of do this in bits and pieces, but when you start taking some of these ingredients and you put in that word, quercetin, anti-aging, and you start looking at the studies and the clinicals, feistin, okay, spermidine. I mean, you know, the studies and what this is doing. I mean, this one here for anti-aging. I mean, a guy had mentioned his hair. Guys getting, you know, thicker and even blacker. Well, that's part of that spermidine. Now, this is one of the best anti-aging products out there, and this is, by the way, a $50 bottle. When I first started, I couldn't even find this. I was spending $112 a month on the bottle. So, I mean, some of these are very expensive, but when you start looking at the results, guys, this is probably one of the most scientific products on the market, bar none. Well, I know it is, because no one else can put these kind of ingredients in there and still have any validity, because, again, as you heard Dr. Zora talk about, it's calling this, if you put all this in one formula and you put it in a pill, calling it a horse pill would be an understatement. I mean, it'd be, you know, probably the size of a baseball, because you'd have to put so much in it, but because we nano size, okay? And NAD is one of the ones, I'm not going to get into this. Make sure, you know, you listen to this portion in the video or in the launch, okay? Because, again, NAD is the flagship of this entire. They all work together, but one of the key ingredients is NAD or NAD plus. You cannot get this if you guys, you know, I bought this because I wanted to show and have the picture of what it would cost, and I took this for like 3 months, and then I quit taking it simply because NAD does not absorb, period. This is why you got to get things like over here NM, which the FDA just outlawed, right? Because Big Pharma is seeing this huge anti-aging. They're seeing what Dr. Sinclair and others are doing, and they want this. They want this industry because it's trillions of dollars. You can go back and look at the slides. So they had one time studied NAD. So once NAD has been looked at as possibly as a drug or any ingredients, they can come back and claim it as a drug. Well, that's what they just did 2 months ago. And so, matter of fact, we were considering putting a little NAD in our product. We don't need to, because NAD is a precursor that makes NNM is a precursor that makes NAD. And we don't need any NNM in our products. The reason that people use NNM is because the body cannot absorb NAD. And you can take this for $108. You can take it for $500. You're not going to get it into your system. You have to take a precursor, unless you're taking it by an injection, an IV drip, or swish. Nanosizing it down to 3 to 7 nanometers, water encapsulated, so it can absorb. And that's where we've got the advantage here, guys, okay? And when you look at NAD, write this down in your notes here. Write down NAD treatment and go look that up. Not tonight, hang with me here. We're going to do this real fast, but look up NAD treatment and look at the cost. Thousands of dollars. Some of them in Hollywood are spending $8,000 for a treatment, for an IV drip. Some are spending $300, $200, $180 for a shot. And you have, this is our leading ingredient in this entire product here, okay? So you can go back and hear what we've talked about there, but just give you a value of, you know, date that we're using his. I do want to point out one more time, berberine, because when you listen to David Sinclair, you're going to hear him talk a lot about metformin, which is the #1 leading drug in the world for diabetics and diabetes, okay? So that being the case, in the US, it is a drug, and you have to have a prescription. You got to go down to the doctor and say, will you write me a prescription? Now, it's not a very expensive prescription, but it's still considered a drug. 99% of the countries around the world, it's an over-the-counter. You can just buy it, okay? So because we couldn't obviously put a drug in this product, there's another ingredient called berberine, which they have found, and many of the experts and research shows that it is actually more effective than metformin, right? So I just want to point this out because when you hear about his protocol, you're going to hear him talk about some of these. And as you get into his advanced, when you hear him in the book, he don't mention spermidine, but when you start listening to some of his, we were even ahead of him. I was putting spermidine and using spermidine in this product before he ever started talking about it on his own podcast. And now if you read the book, you'll hear him talking about some of these ingredients and metformin. Well, you just substitute berberine for that. And then of course, obviously some of these other ingredients. Okay. So that's real fast, but I'm kind of bringing you up to speed there on that. Now we did, here's the Swish Ageless. Okay. I'm going to go through this relatively quickly here. Again, you can see what it does. And you'll start to familiarize yourself with the words like autophagy. Autophagy means that your cells, or for lack of a better word, I'm just going to kind of, not to be too layman's term, but kind of your good cell starts eating up, kind of for lack of a better word, your bad cells, what they call senescent cells, right? And so it gets rid of the bad cells that's affecting your DNA and your epigenetics, where it is slowing down your aging, right? Or frankly, I'm sorry, causing you to age, because these senescent, i.e. dead cells that need to be moved out. We talk about that slightly a little bit in our video as well. And you'll start hearing words like serotonin activators, senolytics and such. So you'll start getting more familiar with these words as we go through some of this. But you can see what it, again, not getting into a lot of this here, but you can see youthful hairs and nails, and total of 95 premium ingredients. Here we're talking about serotonin activators, senolytics, antioxidants, polyphenols, phenols, and so forth, right? So 95 ingredients. No one can do that, guys, unless they're nanosizing down what we do. And again, you saw what we've done is taking a product that's cost $670. And this is not even that, as you saw in my picture. I was looking for some more affordable, but still good quality ingredients. That could easily be $700 or $800, and that's not counting the NAD drip, which is the only way you're really going to get NAD. So anyway, you can kind of see what we've put together here for you. Just like the regular Swish, you just take a capful a day. You can see the ingredients again listed out that we have over in that picture there. And again, I would say to you, when you get a chance, I wouldn't try to, you don't need to know it all or whatnot, but when you get a chance, take some of these ingredients and put their name in with anti-aging, and just kind of, you'll see what some of them are saying, right? And or that the names and the benefits, and you'll just say, oh my God, you'll start seeing. And that's one of some of the texts I got actually during the presentation, was, my gosh, I can't believe the ingredients. The ingredients are so, I'm excited because these ingredients are unbelievable. So, but and of course we have the like a biological blend, the mitochondrial blend, the mineral blend that we normally had in CBD, the bottom part of the list, right? We still have all that in there, nano size. As a matter of fact, we love the minerals and the enzymes and such as that, or the electrolytes. So we actually increased this a small percentage in this product versus the other Swish, because when you take out the CBD and the CBG and some of those key ingredients, then we're able to put in a different formulation. Okay, but everything in it is nano size and water encapsulated. Okay, again, the price, as you've already, I'm sure, understood, $50, 50 BV. So we took a $670 a month product, nano size it down, give you something you actually can, like resveratrol. Yes, I'm just telling you, if you're taking resveratrol by a pill, you might as well just take those pills and throw them in the trash can, or take the money you've done with that and throw them down the drain, because resveratrol is like trying to digest brick dust. It does not. I mean, guys, it's not going to work. Same thing with the NAD. So some of these ingredients, not all of them, but some of them, regardless of how much money you spend, you're not getting. But here, guys, we put that $670 worth of products all in together and for $50, right? So not only do we have products that are going to work, actually we got the EU list, but that's US, that's all the same. But the big thing is stories tell and facts tell. And the stories are, here's somebody, this actually was me, who's 62 years old, been on Swish, CBD, CBG, which has some resveratrol in there, and has the minerals in there, it has just a smidge of the NAD in there and some other good ingredients, plus been doing this for 8 months. Took the biological age test. I'm 62.2 years old at the time I did this. It came back 56.6 years old. In other words, I'm 5.6 years younger than my chronological age. Now, I can tell you, it's building up through this. I never told people what I was doing, but I showed a few people this. I said, I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you this is the results. Every single one of them says, I don't care how much it is, I'll buy it. Tell me what it is. When you bring it out, I want it. Yeah, I mean, people call it vanity, call it just smart by wanting to live longer and have a higher quality of life for a longer life. Unbelievable. Over here, a couple more of these guys. If you want to do a screenshot of this right now, go ahead if you want, and you'll have that in your phone. And boom, you can bring that out. Let me show you what this product has done for some people. Now, don't make any claims, guys. I mean, it could, for some people, it can't, who knows? And, there'll be those that say, well, the biological tests don't do a whole lot, whatever. I'm not there to argue with people who don't want to be sold, right? But at the same time, you show this to people. These are all DNA tests, by the way. So this one here, I'm not going to give out the names because I don't want to, embarrass anybody if they don't want to say their names. I will say this is a female, 61.3 years old, 8.7 years younger, 52 years old. I mean, guys, look at that. I mean, that's almost 9 years younger. When I told you a while ago, there's people out there that have reversed their biological age by 20 years. I mean, my goodness, guys. So there's a female there. This one is, I think, this one is another female. If I'm not, this is another female here, 4.2 years old, less. Younger, 62 and showing 57. This is a male over here, 55.7. That one is 4.1, so 61, 62 years old there. I got the bottom cut off. But the point is, guys, I mean, when you got something that's doing this, again, sell the sizzle, not the steak. Let them know what it's doing. And for $50 a month, you kidding me? And the great thing I love about this product, guys, is the longer you take it, the more and the better it works. I can tell you through personal experience, the longer you take this product, every week, every month that goes by that you're on this product and you take it religiously, you start noticing more. You start feeling like a kid again. You start feeling like, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm out on my walk in the morning and I'm like, sometimes I just got to almost pinch myself. This is almost too good to be true. I am feeling younger. I am feeling vibrant. I mean, my mindset, my physicality. I mean, it's just my knee pain's gone. That that was it was dissipated a lot by Swish CBD, but it didn't quite go away. But now it's gone, right? So the point is, guys, this product here is not a for some we'll feel it in the first week or month, but this is really truly a product that you need to get on for 6 months to a year. And I would encourage you all to get on for 6 months to a year, then get your own biological test done. It's just True Me Labs. You can see it right there. You can find it on the internet. It's about $100, and there are others out there. Some are 300, some are 200. But the point is, I mean, get on it for a while. And all these people have used the Swish for at least 3 years or 3.5 years. Every one of these have used the CBD Swish for 3.5 years. Then they've also taken this product for during the test period. Okay, so that's that. Let me get on, keep moving. But what I like about this affects everybody. Anybody that's born, this affects, because everybody's getting aged. The minute you're born, you're getting older, right? So, and by the way, I failed to mention, but I did mention it in the kickoff, the NAD, which again is the star of this whole show of this particular product here, is in every living cell on the planet. And again, whether it be plants or dogs or cats or humans, it's I like to say that CBD is on set receptors on every cell in our body, and we need it. We're born to take it, but you're not going to die if you don't take CBD for the next 10 years, right? But NAD, if you let your NAD get too low, you're going to die. You're going to age, and and then you're going to get these diseases that come from aging, and aging being itself a disease. So no, you want to keep your NAD levels high. And so there's lots. So so that's, you can kind of see where this all fits together. Okay? So you can see that this is the faceless Ageless Facial there. Go ahead and just throw all this out there at one time here. You can see the effects of it there, what it's going to do for you, fine lines and wrinkles and some of that. Now, we have to be careful how much we say. We got to, but this, many people believe, I will say this, I said this on Saturday and Sunday, that, obviously we have people that have to formulate it for us, and they got to fill it for us. So they get a chance to see the product even before, they see it before we do, right? As far as in the finished packaging, right? Because they got to make it for us, and then they deliver it to us and so forth, right? And they are just ecstatic about this particular product. They believe this will be our #1 selling product. And, with the price point, I could see it possibly happening, but they just love the packaging, guys. This is stunningly gorgeous. It's elegant when you see it. You're gonna love it, both guys and girls, and it pairs well when you look at the. Let me go back. Well, going back too far now. Anyway, but when you put this bottle here, this picture doesn't do it justice. That's a mock-up, and this was actually a physical picture over here. But when you put them together, they look gorgeous together. You see that when I show them together in the, and you're going to see that when you buy it, get your special. So this is well done. They did a great job. Our team did on this, and from an aesthetics point of view. But I mean, obviously, we're not buying it for that, but it does help that it's such a gorgeous packaging and what it does. And so you can see the different what it's going to do for you there, just really to make your skin and your face look younger, right? I've been using this. I use it twice a day for, I'm trying to think of how long now, probably 3 months since we first got the. We didn't get this done to just recently, but when we got the product 3 or 4 months ago, guys, and I can tell you a major, major difference. And you can look at the video and tell if you've got a video of me doing something a year ago, and you look at that video we did on Saturday, guys, it's unbelievable the difference in the appearance. And so just using that twice a day. The key selling points here, number one is the nano, being nano concentrate, because it goes down into the dermis much more deeper and hydrates the skin from a deeper level. Okay. And of course, the ingredients that are like snow fungus over here, knowing some of the ingredients, and another key selling point is the 12 elite peptides. If you can find a decent skincare product, some of them will have 2 or 3 or 4 peptides. This is all the rage, if you know. And by the way, these is what, when you go to the video, that's why the video is important. If you show that video to someone who knows skincare, or skin, they already know peptides, and when they find out there's 12 peptides in here, because peptides are very expensive. We have one of the most famous peptides that's in skincare is copper peptides, so we have that in there. Hyaluronic acid, that's a mainstay in almost every skincare product out there, right? Because again, it's great for the hydration. Snow fungus, though, is in it. What you're going to find is to find all these ingredients in one. And by the way, this is just a handful of the 100, right? I mean, this product is put to work together so well. I mean, it is just unbelievable. Snow fungus is one of the few ingredients and that truly will get rid of age spots and sunspots, things like that, right? And you'll find it in, but what I found interesting about the skincare industry, I understand why they do it, because they can't put so much in there, right? But you may find a product with the snow fungus in there, but it doesn't have the resveratrol. Or you may find 2 peptides and maybe some glutathione, but it doesn't have the vitamin C or the matrixyl 3000 and so forth, right? And so when you see what we've done with this, and this is when you go watch that video, by the way, I got a lot of texts right after that video about how, I think that was everybody's favorite video, was the Ageless Facial. So because I got more texts on that one than I got the other one. But if you are into skincare, and ladies in particular, if they know anything about skincare, and you go watch that video and you hear it talk about some of these ingredients and what they do, they're going to be sold when they find out the price point of this, because you could easily sell this product for $200-300 easily. And again, I think I got the prices up here. We sell it for $45 retail, wholesale, and $64 retail, right? And so when they see that, they're like, holy cow, this is, I mean, it's unbelievable. Here. So now, because again, anybody that knows anything, I mean, you go get a skincare with 3, 4, 5, and, if you can find one with 5 peptides in it, in most cases, some of these other ingredients aren't going to be in it. It's going to be very expensive. So it's the combination of ingredients, what the ingredients are, as well as the combo and the price, and of course the before and after pictures. We're going to show you some of those now, but the best way to use this, guys, you just spray it on the face. If you watch the video, if you're on Saturday, you already hear some of this, but you want to spray this preferably first thing in the morning. You get up, you clean your face, ladies or men, and you spray this 6 times, right? 6 times gives you enough for the left and right of the temple. Then what I usually do is I close my eyes and spray right around the eye area, and the left and the right, and then to the bottom part of the face, or just maybe one at the bottom and then one on the neck. Okay. So, but 6 in a base, 6 and hold it back. Now you need to hold it back about 10 inches. I didn't get into some of this on Saturday. You need to hold it back about 8 to 10 inches so it mist comes out further, right? If it's too close, you're going to get a less of an area covered, because it's a real fine mist and it's nano sized. So you want to kind of hold it back 8 to 10 inches so you get left and right temple, around the eye area, eye and cheek area, and then probably one around the chin and one on the neck. That'll get you, if you do that, and again, you wash your face first, you do it on a clean face, and the instructions on the back, and then you can put your makeup on. But just like any kind of, those ladies already know this, but I'm telling the guys, if you use any kind of skincare or hydration or whatever, you always use the thinnest on the face first, right? In other words, if you're using this product, it goes on first, then your serum would go on. If you're using serum, then your cream would go on, right? So whatever the thinnest ingredient, you always use that first. Otherwise, if you put your cream on and all that, then you spray this on, it's got to try to work through those other ingredients. So you want to make sure you use this first. Now, do it in the morning, and then what I would suggest everybody doing, males as well, and this is what I'm doing, and that is when I go to bed at night, I run in real quick, wash my face, and spray this. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, in 3 seconds. It takes about 3 seconds to do all that. 4 seconds. You get a facial. I call it a 3-second facial. Boom, 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 boom. It's like getting a full-on facial that you'd pay hundreds of dollars for at a spa, and 3, 4, 5 seconds, right? And so pop it on, and then if you want to put some cream on at night or what, then put this cream on. But do this, clean your face, and do this first. That's what you want to do. Now, the deal is, this is 28 milliliters, right? And that's enough to give you like 187 sprays, right? So if you did 6 a day, it's going to last you for a month. But if you do it in the morning and the night, you're going to need 2 of these. So here's what we're going to be doing, because this is the most expensive product that we have, guys. I mean, this product here is, and I'll just give you some transparency here on economics from the company. I know a lot of companies don't do this, but this product here is 9 times more per ounce than Swish or Swish Ageless or any product we have. This is between the bottle itself, the fulfillment of the bottle, and the ingredients in there. This is a very expensive product. And so that's why it's $45 for right at an ounce, right? So what we're going to do, if we can, I don't know if you're seeing some of this I've never seen this in the network marketing industry, but I've seen this in nutritionals and even some skincares and things in traditional businesses. And we're getting some of these in our house that if you get on an auto ship of something, they'll send you a bottle of vitamins, and the next month they don't send you the bottle again. They just send you a little pouch, and you can put the vitamins in there, right? Same, they're doing that on a number of products. So what we're looking at doing here, what we're going to do for you, because I want you to be able to, I think, we want you to be able to take 6 a day, but not break the bank. So this is reusable. If you see in the video, you twist this, and the little spray head pops up, you spray it, and you twist this back down, it goes back in. Well, inside there, when that spray head is up, if you just take it and pull up, you'll pull it right out. It's a glass bottle in there, right? You unscrew it, and what we're going to do is have this refill come to you, where you can actually get this refill. I've got the wrong prices because, again, I had the screens. This will be the EU price, but this will be $40. So I need to correct that, but that'll be $40 and 40 BV. So you get twice as much than you do here. So now you'll have enough for 6 sprays in the morning, 6 at night. So what you do, you can put this on your auto ship and save the money. And then there's a little inside here, there's a little like pin, there's a little squirty pin looking, I don't know what you call those. But anyway, so you take that pin and you stick it into your bottle and fill it up. And so you've got enough to fill it up twice, right? And to give you enough for 6 a day. Because, I mean, how many times you want this bottle to be thrown away, right? So you're not really, I mean, you want a nice bottle, you want it to look good, keep it's small enough you can put in your purse, or you can leave it on your sink. But I mean, after you get 1 or 2 of these, it's like, I'm paying for the bottle, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to give you this refill. And again, down here, this is 40, guys, even though it's 48 for those in the EU. Like I said, I had to change some slides around here for both presentations. I didn't change this back. So it'll be $40 and 40 BV. And you can put that on an auto ship once you bought your first one and just refill every time. So you're saving money versus spending 45 times 2, $90 to get the same amount. You'll be able to spend $40, reuse it, keep the beautiful looking spray, and be able to finish up like that. Now, and one thing we're going to do too, if you want to put this on auto ship, if you're buying one of the, how you can buy in our company in CILI, how you can buy a Swish and get a $17 spray for free, CBD spray for free. Well, again, this is $40, so we can't give you a free one, right? Because that's, now we're going from 17 to 40, right? We got to make some money too, right? But what we are going to do is we're going to give you 50% off. So if you order the CBD spray Swish or the Ageless Swish, either one, and you say, look, versus a free $17 one, I want to buy this, then you can pay $20 we'll meet you halfway. We'll discount the other 20. So for 50 and 20, you've got your complete ageless collection. You've got the able to spray this and put it in that bottle. You've got that every month, and you've got your Swish Ageless, or you can use Swish CBD. But if you want to use this instead of your free $17 spray, you'll be able to do that once we get these in. Now, this is coming soon, right? These are just being made for us. We've got to get them shipped in once they are made. It's 15 days getting them made or so, 20 days, whatever, getting them made. And then we've got to get them shipped in, and then we got to get them filled, and then we got to get them shipped to our 3PL and Europe and here and out to you. So we're looking probably 30 days down the road on this, something like that, give or take. Don't hold us to that. Don't even hold me to the 30 days. But once we do that, guys, you'll be able to, bam, pop that on your auto ship and just refill every month. And we're all about making it more affordable for you. I've been in many companies that I keep paying for the bottle, and I'm like, man, I just give me $5 off and just send it to them in a bottle that I need, right? I don't need to, so I want the product. I don't want to spend $10 on a marketing box and a bottle. So anyway, but you're going to get the bottle, but then you'll be able to refill. Okay. Hopefully, I know that's been some people's. When I got feedback, some of the feedback we got was the ingredients. I just love the ingredients. It's unbelievable. Many of the feedback was this right here, and the fact that we're doing this versus and getting creative and thinking outside the box for you. So that was a big one. And the biological age reversing is a lot of feedback. The videos were, so that's just some of the feedback. So that's let me see here where we're going to next. The proven results on this, you can see that there. We went through that a little bit. This is again, and most of these guys, these people that you're seeing here, this is Daniel. Most of them only had it for enough for, if they did it both times a day, they only had enough for about 14 days. Now, some of these are 14 days. Some of them did it, 6 times a day or whatnot, and it lasted for a month. But you can see, right, look at that. That's just unbelievable for a very, very short period of time, the difference in that, right? Same thing with Daniel over here, Sim. Look at that. So you're just starting to work in a very, very short period of time. This is Laura Ruckle on here. So you can see she mentioned about her inflammation in her face and how much tighter her face was. This, I cut this off the top so it could, this is less than a month, and I cut this off the top so we could squeeze her in there. But here's another one that's really, really big there, but I wish this was blown up, and you'll be able to get these and you can blow them up or whatnot, because I've sent these to Laura and Ron and to Sarah and to Guy and Elka. So those are so that's the product, guys, there. And then we have the Ageless Collection special that we're doing. I want to make sure we go through this really good for you. So let me do this real quick. Guy and Elka, why don't you guys start? If you unmute yourself there, you should be able to do that, and let us know maybe what your favorite part is, or what you've liked best about the launch, and maybe even some feedback if you got some from some of your people on what they like best.
Hello, Brad. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hi, Brad. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, well, I'm going to go first. First of all, I'm just excited that we're finally out public with this, and we don't have to keep it a secret anymore. And I'm super excited actually about both products, because it's a very sexy product with the sizzle, and it's very interesting. Even though the Swish, CBD Swish, it's changing the world.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still people that we couldn't reach. It just wasn't sexy enough, even though it's a perfect product. It really is. But with this, especially with the mist, with the face spray, it seems like we get other contacts as well who we didn't reach before. So it's very interesting for that. So that's exciting. And also that we change even more lives and help people make more money. That's what I'm super excited about.
Awesome.
You guys.
That's excellent. I'll say everything that Elka just said. We did get a couple of positive feedbacks about having Dr. Z on there and what she shared.
Yep.
I know one gentleman even wrote me today saying, I can't wait for the recording to be posted so you can go back and listen to that again. So that was some positive feedback. Another gentleman was talking about, he really loves the $40 or $20 refill for the facial spray on the auto ship. He thought that was an amazing deal. I think everybody was blown away by the whole product process of what we're actually doing here and what we are going to be doing, as far as, like Elka said, changing lives. I think that is I think it's just amazing. And I love the fact that even though I want to be careful with the way I say this, that we are utilizing the research that Dr. David Sinclair has been doing over the years. And we've got proof that this is working and that he has done this in the mice. And he has, I mean, you get into that book, you start reading his podcast, and you're just like, is this really true?
Yeah.
And now we are the very first in the world to take what he's been doing, expand upon it, and then make it even better by nanosizing. So I think that's what's probably got me the most excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I know there's just so much here, guys, too. And you are right on the credibility, guys. Again, the credibility of Dr. Sinclair. And then, of course, he's got his own thing going on. He's not working as part of us, right? But at the same time, he has got such credibility out there. And the fact that we've kind of, I've told you for years now that, if someone comes out with a brand new product from the Amazon of, Peru or the Amazon, whatever, that we could heal you in a minute, next, whatever great product, that we could actually beat anybody at their own game because of our technology. And that's what we've been able to do here. We've been able to take something that these guys are working and spent 20 years and doing it's almost like they've done all the work for us, or a lot of the work for us, and done the testing. And now we get to come in and grab the spoil, so to speak, with our technology. That's the brilliance of what we have. So again, when you're trying to sell this, a big plus on both the Mist and the Swish Ageless is the technology. The technology and the ingredients on both of those are huge, because again, other skincares are not going to, skincare sprays aren't going to do this. Now, again, you should still use some hydration and all that. It's not a one and all be all, but it is for anti-aging and to get that deepness in there with the technology and the ingredients. The same thing with the Swish Ageless there. Okay. So, all right, let's go real quickly to Ron and Laura. If you guys would unmute, I know Laura's on the speaker line. If you're in a place where I know this is impromptu. I didn't tell these guys we're going to do this. So, Laura, if you can unmute real quick and share with what you like best, and maybe what some of your feedback from some of your people there.
Absolutely. Hey, Brad, thanks for the opportunity to get on here and talk. Well, we are just super, super excited. It has just been a blessing. My team is ecstatic. The volume that has been brought in has just been incredible. We have team members that are messaging because they've bought in a pack and they've got so many responses. They've already sold packs pre-sold before they've even got them, that they're like, I think I'm gonna have to buy another one. Of course, I'm like, you better hurry before they're gone. So it's just, Ron and I were in the beginning of CBD when the wave hit. So that same for the NAD, I feel like we're right there again, where we were in the beginning. It was like the wild west back when the CBD first came out. I mean, we rode that wave, and it was so exciting and just so awesome to see what it did for people. And I feel like we're there again. And so I can't even hardly sleep at night because I'm just so excited about it. And then also being able to take this into the other countries where we couldn't go with CBD, and then be able to help people that we couldn't help before. So I think it's awesome. I'm super, super excited. My team is jacked and just going crazy. So here's Ron.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. We from about the time that it went live yesterday afternoon for us at 3:30 our time, we had people, the phones were singing, hey, it's live, hey, it's live. And from basically 3:30 until midnight, we were on the phones and texted and Facebooking and doing every which way of communication to get a hold of people. It was super exciting because, not only did we turn a lot of volume for our team, but we also turned a few ranks already, and we're only on the 20th of the month. So that's also super exciting for us. We've got 8 days left, so we possibly can even turn a couple more. The product pricing, I mean, Brad and Marcy, you guys are just over the top with that. I mean, that it's affordable for everybody. And, you've preached that from the beginning, from day one when we joined, was like, we've got this great product and it's affordable. I mean, it's second to none. There's nobody out there that can say, hey, I got this and I got this. And, we're attracting a lot of medical personnel, We've dug up some people out of the grave from the team that were, you know, just kind of stagnant for a while, and they're all excited all over again. So, you know, ready to make a really big push here. So great job, everybody.
Well, good stuff.